Home buyers, if you're feeling discouraged with the housing market here in the Seattle area, well, the Northwest MLS just gave you 7 more reasons to feel gloomier. And if you're looking to buy out on the east side, you will not believe the latest data. Hey guys, Julian Gonzalez here with RSVP Real Estate. Thanks so much for tuning in. If at any point in this video you learned something, this data helps you make some kind of decision, whether it's buying or selling real estate, I greatly appreciate considering maybe punching that like button. And if you haven't done so already, I'd really greatly appreciate maybe subscribing to my channel as I do these videos, kind of help you guys make some kind of decision in regards to your real estate goals. So again, I appreciate if you maybe consider subscribe to my channel. And if you live in the Seattle area, whether Seattle, out on the east side, or any of the 3 counties, or actually I've gone all the way to Walla Walla to help my friends out there. You know, if you want to talk about your goals and dreams in this area when it comes to real estate, buying or selling, you could schedule something with me down below in the descriptions. All right, guys. So the Northwest MLS just came out with its data for the month of March. And as you can expect, to no surprise, the data, the numbers are not looking good for home buyers. A lot of people are waiting to see, or they've been waiting for a couple of months now, really, to see what the Fed's going to do. You know, they're discouraged with the home prices continue to go up. Interest rates are not quite where a lot of you believe they should be. Inventory continues to be low, and that's not helping anybody that wants to get in the home buying business. You know, in fact, 19 of the 26 counties that the Northwest MLS represents saw an increase in the median sales price of both condos and residential homes combined. And of course, leading the way as always is King County. They're in first place with the highest median sales price of condos and residential at $850,000. For the month of March, San Juan County rather, they jumped up to number 2 from the number 3 spot. They come in at $750,000 for the median sales price. And Snohomish County came down from 2nd to 3rd place, and they're in at $730,000. You know, King County, again, the most expensive county in the state of Washington in a sense. You know, they're also taking a big hit when it comes to new listings. In the month of March, the number of single family home listings, new listings for sale in the month of March was the lowest for that same month, March, in at least 7 years. So yes, if you're looking to buy in King County, things are not looking good, but like I tell a lot of my buyers, you need to be more creative. You need to look at other ways to purchase a home, and maybe even looking outside of your comfort zone, because there's some great areas outside of King County, just on the border, that might be a lot cheaper. Anyway, so let's look into the data for King County, Snohomish County, Pierce County, and again, we're gonna dive into Seattle and also on the east side, which again, you're not gonna believe these numbers. And here we are, guys. Once again, we're starting off with King County, and we're talking about residential. Condos, I'll give those numbers to you next week. And we are talking about year-over-year numbers. We're comparing 2023 to 2024 in the month of March. And again, we're going to start off with the big one. The new listings I just mentioned. How about this? A big drop in new listings for King County. And again, it's the lowest amount of new listings we've had in at least the last seven years when in regards to the month of March. So that's a huge number. Number of pending sales, an increase. How about this? 18%. That's a huge number, guys. A lot of that has to do with people in the early part of the year, in the month of February, saying, you know what, I'm going to take my chances now and not wait for the hot market now in the spring, where we might possibly get outbid for a home that we might like. So let's jump in now. You know, it could be that they made the right decision. I always tell people, avoid the spring, you know, if you can't, because your competition is going to drive up the price on you. Now, looking at the number of days on market, guys, how about this? 22, it's a decrease of 35%. So they're gobbling these homes really quick. And what we are seeing in the market right now is a lot of cash buyers. A lot of people that you don't like, developers who are just gobbling up all these lands, buying homes to flip them really quick and make a quick profit out of them. And that's not good. In fact, the median down payment in Seattle was $165 for the month of February. And that, of course, has a lot to do with people just trying to buy something quick to have smaller monthly payments. So you need to get in there as quick as you can. Look at the median sales price. We're up 12%. Of course, no mercy for anybody when it comes to King County. And in fact, the median sales price, in case you're wondering, in the month of February was $930,000. You see the average list price just continues to rise. No surprise there. And when you look at the inventory, it was a decrease of 19% in regards to inventory of homes that are for sale, and month supply of inventory is at 0. Moving over to Snohomish County, how about this? Unlike King County, saw a huge increase in new listings in Snohomish County at 16.5%. Pending sales, again, guys, a lot of people, in the month of February made an offer, closed in March because they want to avoid the busiest time of the year, where most likely they're going to get outbid in a multi-offer situation. Days on market, guys, wow, again, minus 42%. People, again, taking their chances and paying cash or putting a bigger down payment on their home. Average median sales price is at 5%. $760,000. That's your median sales price. Just last month, if you're wondering, was at $727,000 in the month of February. If we continue down the road, inventory of homes, wow, and again, no surprise here, minus 28%. Months of supply of inventory, unlike King County, which had 0. It was flatlined in the month amount of inventory, and we saw in Snohomish County a drop of 22% from 2023. Continue on to Pierce County. Always remember that Pierce County is a little bit of an outlier. It's a little bit different. It's different if you're not from the area, especially when you factor in King County and Snohomish County. Totally different ball game. So that's why these numbers are way different than you would see in those two counties. And I look at the new listings, a drop, kind of like King County saw a drop of amount of new listings from 12 months prior. Closed sales, we see here 27%. So people weren't buying as many homes in the month of March compared to 12 months prior. And if you continue the days on market, a decrease of 21%. Same factors, same reasons that you would most likely see in King County and Snohomish County. Median sales price we saw at $550 in February. That's actually a drop because in the month of February, the median sales price in Pierce County was at $555,000. And a month of supply of inventory of the 3-county area, it's always, Pierce County that has the best, if you want to count inventory in the area of the 3 counties, and they're up by 18% from the 12 months prior. Okay, so guys, like I said, the numbers aren't great for home buyers, but there's always a silver lining that when these numbers happen like this or occur like this, a lot of competition gets scared away. And again, I always said it's a good opportunity maybe for you to jump in. Okay, now let's look at the Seattle area numbers. And of course, just to remind you what the Seattle area is considered by the Northwest MLS, you see here, we're all the way up by Lake City, and it comes down through West Seattle, just above White Center and parts of Lakeview. Great area right there. It's a growing area right here, Lakeview, and all the area in blue. So take a look at this. These are the numbers again for Seattle residential. Median sales price of a residential home in Seattle in the month of March, $925,000. Yes, I know. That's completely crazy. It just continues to get worse and increase there. Looking at the active listings, pending sales. Again, if you're not sure, just in case, pending sales was an agreement right now between the buyer and seller. Mr. Buyer want to buy your house. Mr. Seller saying, okay, we're under contract. We have 585 transactions like that. Actually, a drop from 12 years prior. Also a drop in the amount sold, and inventory is actually in the Seattle area is not as bad as, of course, the entirety of King County. Now moving on, guys, this is the East Side. We're now in the East Side. This is the whole area. I would say most of the numbers come from right here, correct? We don't count this huge area, but this is what the Northwest MLS considers as being the East Side, and these are the numbers, which you will not believe. You need a drum roll for this one. Here you go, guys. The numbers for the East Side, the month of February, single family residential homes. Yes, do not adjust your screens, as they say. Median sales price of a single family residential home in the East Side is $1.7 million. And that's an increase of 19% from March of 2023. That's why, folks, Jeff Bezos says, I'm out of here. That's why he left for Miami. I'm sure he could afford it, and there's other factors, but it is a crazy number that will discourage even people that make some make great money. Total number of active listings, again, a decrease 35%. Again, as we said in the last several months, if you have a mortgage at 3-4%, why would you sell your property? Especially with the uncertainty right now in the housing market, where everybody, again, wait to see what the Fed does. That's crazy. People, again, 19% increase in amount of pending sales on the East Side. People trying to take advantage early on in the year to avoid the busy time of the year, which is basically right now as we're getting into it. Number amount sold, again, an increase. This is kind of these two pending sales here, and this kind of the same thing in a sense. They go hand in hand. And amount of inventory, again, this helps people that obviously that want to sell their home. They want to get out of the area totally and move to maybe a cheaper city, state, whatever it may be, because there's no inventory out there, guys. So there you go, guys. As I mentioned at the top of the video, the numbers are not great. I mean, that East Side numbers, that's just mind-boggling. And a lot of these numbers, let's admit it, they're not too shocking, because in the Seattle area, the numbers are way inflated compared to other parts of the country. And plus, we're also here at the start of the hot real estate market in our area, basically all across the United States. And of course, that's keeping a lot of buyers, maybe like yourself, in competition at bay, waiting to see what happens. And in fact, the Mortgage Bankers Association reported last week that in the prior 2 weeks, loan applications have kind of flatlined, which means that your competition, maybe yourself, is kind of waiting to see what happens. They're going to wait to see what the Fed, see if they're going to make some kind of cuts this year. And remember, while you wait, home prices continue to go up. They're not going to wait for you. Maybe you got caught in the, that news, those bulletins that you heard at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024, that, hey, the Fed's going to make cuts, so that's why you waited for a spring. That hasn't happened. What are we at? 7%? That percentage is close to what we saw last fall. And in fact, guys, you need to keep things in perspective. And I mentioned this in my video on Tuesday. Keep this in mind. The 30-year conventional fixed rate loan average the past 50 years is 7.9%. So even if we're at 6.6, 6.7, 6.8, 6.9, it's not bad at all. The important thing, if you get in there, you get that home and you can refinance down the road. So while your competition waits for that interest rate that they're targeting at 6 or 5.9, you're building equity throughout that time. And remember, as Ron Brown, a real estate investor and philanthropist, once said, the best time to buy a home is always 5 years ago. Good luck.